Bum. Take two, totally not. This is definitely the first time we're streaming. Salutations, class, and welcome back. It seems we're not dropping any frames yet, so hopefully our stream is fixed. This is our first stream after our break, a week away, and I've gotten a lot of progress done on working on what will be a Skyrim stream later this year, as well as the game dev project. This week we'll be doing most of the same stuff as usual. Pokemon Day for here. Hades, we actually begin on Wednesday, which is one of our most demanded streams from all of our viewers. On Friday, we'll be back to Guilty Gear, which we actually have a tournament lined up for the 24th, which will be on next Saturday. And on this Saturday, we'll actually be doing more game dev, in which I will have a lot more to discuss with y'all, since I figured out the issue we were having towards the end of our previous stream, and have made a little bit of progress otherwise. Hopefully, I'll be able to get a huge workload done this week, and we'd have a lot to discuss then. But for now, we are back to Pokemon as usual. So far, we have 0 dropped frames, so our stream should be ready. We were streaming just a moment ago, and I was dropping about a third of my frames, and hopefully we're done dealing with that now. So, a warm welcome back to everyone. What would you say I drop harder, Aaron? Zato combos or these frames? I barely even played any Guilty Gear over the break either. I'm going to basically have to play non-stop in any of my leisure time to have a chance in that tournament. Speaking of, there's a couple of Gold Lewis tricks I've practiced as well. The one radiating such a tremendous presence before you is none other than Terrakion. Terrakion? Terrakion. I'll say Terrakion. That's probably how it's pronounced. Should you be offended right now, Big Shot? Not every Undertale fan is you, you know. True, but someone named specifically Papyrus and following their name with 4 digits would probably be the same person I know who, well, names themselves usually after an adjective, posts a lot of Sans or Undertale, Sans or Papyrus animations, and accordingly has 4 digits following their name. There's more than one similarity here. But it seems my guess was correct, since you do seem to be referring to me as a big shot. What a time. Can you believe that was already almost a year ago? It's been a long time. Terrakion is one of the 3 Pokemon who protected Pokemon from the flames of a human conflict. It seems likely that Terrakion has picked up the scent of danger that emanates from Team Plasma. It's probably seeking a Pokemon trainer who has the strength to stand up to them. It's very interesting indeed that Terrakion appeared before you. That aside, do you plan to confront Team Plasma? Well, of course. I see. If that's the case, you must have the power to protect your own Pokemon. Being protected by Pokemon alone doesn't make you a trainer. It's because trainers are strong, because they care about their Pokemon, that these Pokemon can also be strong. Here, this is from me. Xander obtained the courteous MCHN mechanism, probably. This is a prototype of my device that energizes Pokemon. It doesn't work on battling Pokemon, but you might find it useful for something. Well then, I wish you and your Pokemon a safe journey. Machine or mechanism? Both of those do have those letters in that same order if you were to cut out the vowels and some of the less obvious consonants. It's probably machine. I think you're right, Aaron. Now that I think about it, in the seaside cave on Route 21, I saw something that reminded me of when we met on Route 4. Okay, that might be the highlight of my experience here. The fact that they actually animated his overworld sprite. What was on Route 21? We were just back there, weren't we? Very glad to see you again, Error. I missed you too. Which was 21? There we go. He says there's something back there. Might as well check before we head off into that great chasm. Rummage our way over here. I swear we went to Route 21 last time we were playing. I'm certain if there's something there for us to discover, we would have discovered it last time. How inconvenient. Level 45, however, should deal for a decent bit of experience. I don't think Staryu is nearly as fast as Starmie is, indeed. So we do get a lot of damage off of that Electro Ball. A decent little bit. We're probably actually going to have to surf back up here in order to get back to town. Route 21. We already surfed down this entire thing. What would we find here different that we didn't before? Ah, wait, I don't think we cruised over here last time, did we? Looks like there might be something of interest around here. Have we fought you yet? Apparently we have. I think that would actually be the end of the route, indeed. So... probably nothing we're looking for then. Possibly the other cave, or maybe it was something in here. I believe we couldn't actually find our way to the other end down here. Might be worth another look regardless. Why not? Although we're probably only going to get... we'll probably only get about 2 digits worth of experience here. Oh, never mind. That was apparently worth more than the Staryu was. I remember black and white was when the experience started, scaling started getting really weird. You'd get to the point where, I believe in this game they changed the experience formula to where you get more experience from higher leveled enemies and less from lower leveled enemies, rather than it being basically a flat amount based off of their own stats. So the Pokemon you use versus your opponent matters as well. And even to that end, basically the only way to reliably get a Pokemon to level 100 was, well, fighting Audino over and over and over and over and over again. We did see an exit onto the right side of that cave. I wonder if there's a way we can get over there. Yeah, we're already on the other side. So, allegedly it would be something on the right side up over there. But how do we get to it? Seal is a first evolution and likely will not give us any bit of experience we care for. Who is your favorite Pokemon villain? Ooh, very good question. See, it's kind of interesting to think about that because there's antagonists, but there's also villains. If you want to talk about a character who gets, generally, the most characterization, we all would know that that would be N from Black and White 1. But, antagonist he might be, is he really a villain? A lot of people would say no. Wasn't there an item over here? We might have missed it. I hold no grudge, whether I win or lose. The point of battle is to train my Pokemon, after all. In terms of personality, I really liked Guzma and Team Skull from Sun and Moon. But they weren't really the antagonists from that game, were they? Or, they weren't really the villains, were they? They were kind of a side villain, side antagonist. Let's see how a good old Signal Beam does here. After all, I think the Brava already has, or still has, that ground type. Indeed, there we go. Ooh, wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. I might have to say Maxie or Cyrus. I think we're narrowing it down. Lusamine was also pretty fun, but Oh right, you're a flying type, I forget. This is actually one Pokemon that resists both of our primary attacking types, which means our best choice here is to swap out. Hydrotter is the only one who gets an easy win here. Who's the villain in Gen 6? Oh right, Lysander. Completely forgettable. While Dennis is definitely the villain of some of my favorite games, he wasn't really the selling point. As cliché as it is, I think it might have to be Cyrus. He had the most grandiose and ambitious plan, and I kind of like that there's a bit of a hidden background arc where it seems like he was kind of a shut-in for a kid, and eventually became this really, really cold villain afterwards. But he, at least for what I remember, didn't seem to be so one-dimensional of a villain. Yeah, the whole cold-hearted, emotionless, reset the universe villain is kind of overdone, but I feel like it might have been done a little bit better in Pokemon. Is it just you, or does Guzma's necklace look like Gaster? I can't remember what it looked like, actually. Doesn't it have that weird S with the little... Yeah, it does have that sort of asymmetrical shape to it. I wouldn't say it looks enough like Gaster for me to call it a likeness, though. Give me a berry, give me a berry, give me a Persim berry. Which I believe was anti-confusion, correct? My Pokemon really go into a funk when we don't win, though. Ah, here we go. Here's the route downward we were looking for. And Michael! Very delighted to see you again. I hope you enjoyed the break as much as I did. Granted, it was my break, so it's not necessarily a case that other folk would have been breaking. But perhaps someone would have a little bit more to do, with some time without me taking up a few hours of their evening. You kind of miss the evil organizations of the past, James. The upcoming gen's evil team is a bunch of rebellious students. They could be great, but you'll still miss the actually threatening and competent villains. Are you doing the Serena VTuber Plus R tournament? I have maybe played Plus R once in the past 6 months. I do not practice that game whatsoever, and as much as I love Plus R thematically, that's actually a Guilty Gear game that I still haven't found a character I 110% adore. Yeah, Slayer's in there, but there's not really a proxy for Heihyun or Gold Lewis. We have the big body characters in Justice and Potemkin, but neither of them do exactly what I'm looking for. I just plain don't practice Plus R, so unfortunately, I will not be participating in that tournament. As much as I'd love to be there, I just don't practice that game. And that game is completely unforgiving. Rather, and I don't believe I said this while you were here, we do have another Strive tournament on the 24th, which I will be gladly participating in. This Friday, which would be the Friday before the Saturday that the tournament is on, I'll need to be getting in a lot of practice because I plan on introducing my Zato to everyone for that fight. Yeah, I do miss the old villains as well, being a lot more threatening. Heck, even Team Rocket from the very first game, as much as we all like to laugh at Jesse and James, the rest of Team Rocket was actually a threat. Use the coal rest machine on the big boulder. Ah, that's what he's talking about specifically. We got ourselves a little crab. A lasagna crab, if you will. Let's see, we'll get neutral damage from any of our attacks here. Funny enough, Bug and Rock actually have a lot of complementary resistances that makes a lot of moves neutral versus them. Crustle also probably has a lot of physical defense, I imagine, so... Ah, never mind. Aaron just carries that much power. Oh. It was literally just for that one use. Alright, so there's supposed to be something we're looking for. Ah! We did go the correct direction. Here's our little boat that we have to infiltrate. You found them! I knew you could do it! But how do we get in? Hold up. A heavy gangplank fell with a solid thud. Ah, here we go. We're not done with them yet. This should do it. I thought you weren't going to fight Team Plasma? Hey, friends, Team Plasma's not bothering me. They could be up to no good for reals, and it's not my style to go around deciding Team Plasma's bad without thinking about it just because everyone says so. But, you're having trouble, so I've gotta help out. That's what I want to do. Thanks. Listen, Kay, believe in something. Searching for stolen Pokemon is fine. Keeping Unova from being iced over's fine too. It's all good, but think about why you're doing that. The strength of your beliefs is what gives you and your Pokemon power. I made some noise, so some people came out. Hey, be careful, Kay. You wanna know what I bet? I bet he climbed right up the side of that boat. What was that? That guy sure doesn't follow through. Well, I guess he was being kind in his own way. Alright, I'm going in. First, I'd actually like to see what was on that other end of the cave down here. is a strength puzzle. Honestly, I love these. Ah, we have numerous strength puzzles. Lucky for us, I do believe Kayla is still capable of doing that. Speaking of Kayla, we might want to have her out first, since she'll fare best against the Bulldor, or, as a lot of fans would have called them, Trolldor, due to the fact that they show up everywhere and have Sturdy, preventing you from one-hit KOing them. Thank you kindly, Kayla. Although we do want to grab this first. I think I might have to say Cyrus. Yeah, Cyrus is probably my favorite Pokemon villain. Just out of the fact that he was very, very competent. And even if the whole cold, emotionless villain thing is a little cliche, I think he handled his role very, very well. Other than that, though, I'd have to pick one of the Team Magma or Aqua villains, but it's hard to make a decision there since, after all, they are set up as protagonists and antagonists of different stories. So I feel like it's difficult to count Archie or Maxie entirely as a villain. In terms of aesthetics, though, I did like Maxie, but you all know how much I love those kinds of characters. Yeah, I absolutely loved the Giga Dust. That absolutely killed me. My training will never betray me. After training this much, I'm certain to win. Good to know. Yeah, Gen 3 and 4 was... It really felt like, the Pokemon series was, as they call it, growing the beard around that time, which is a term used to refer to when a series starts getting really serious and competent. Sure, everyone loves Gen 1 and 2, but I really feel like around 3 and 4, and 5 by extension, was when they really started getting a true grip on what they were doing. And a warm welcome to Usagi. Delighted to see you. I hope you had as much fun with Outer Wilds as I had fun watching. Ah, this isn't much of a puzzle now, is it? It doesn't look like there's any wrong choices here. Yeah, it looks like we're capable of only picking the correct decisions here. A shame, I actually liked the strength puzzles in a lot of the older games. Like the ones you had to do a lot in Gen 3. I, Black Belt Rich, will never turn my back and run. I do hope to see more Outer Wilds streams in the future, Usagi. You appreciate Giovanni for just being a mob boss. Clean, simple bad guy. He's very high up there on my list. And in terms of personality, yeah, I'd say he's still second to Guzma, because Guzma's absolutely hilarious. But Giovanna definitely left a really, really big impression. Hopefully, this is a one-shot here. Very well done, Kayla. Giovanni, not Giovanna. You see, I still have Strive on the brain. Isn't that funny? Giovanni. Wow, that is a name I haven't heard in a while. In terms of, antagonists, he's definitely the most realistic. Yeah, mind is definitely wandering. I tried to use that time off to make sure I could get a perfected sleep schedule, but unfortunately, it looks like that has not yet happened. So I'm still trying to get in the proper mindset for everything. Ah, that takes us back to the beginning. Let's see if we can get back over there to that ship. Giovanni. Definitely the most realistic villain, of course. A lot of the future villains, as threatening and competent as they were, still had a bit of cartooniness to them. Right, it was up there and to the left, wasn't it? Just so I don't forget, now would actually be an excellent time for a repel, if we happen to have one. Oh, lucky for us. Sword and Shield villain was a sandals and socks type. That, Marnie person, right? Or was there a different villain? I really don't care for Marnie, or basically anything from Sword and Shield. Honestly, I have zero regrets about not playing any of Sword and Shield. Very happy to forget about that. A few good Pokemon designs. And that was the only good thing that came out of Gen 8. Welcome back, Avid. I enjoyed my break very, very much. Glad to see you again. Take care of that guy. He's no problem for you, right? You. You must be friends of Smiley Swimsuit, that guy who lowered the gangplank. Ah, you even got the roadblock crossel out of the way. Here I come. Plasma! Marnie was a rival. Villain felt like someone's dad went a little too hard on the crazy juice. You know, I'm glad I know nothing about it. You're gonna go see... You're gonna go... Oh, you're gonna go, as in you're about to leave, and you're going to see No Way Home. But hi, hello. Very glad to see you regardless. If you didn't hear us before, Avid, we are starting Hades on Wednesday, which I know you're looking forward to. A warm welcome to Kuma as well. Glad to see you. How you doing this evening? You are very much a badass, Kayla. There's a reason Haxorus is my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. Cause we don't care about this Garbodor either. Better believe you'll be here on Wednesday. It's going to be a wonderful stream, I guarantee it. What's this? Plasma. You do be spitting bars. Just tuning in while you work. Glad to be background noise. I hope I can be constructive. Oh no, the hatch is still open. Okay, this time we'll check out the ship. When we were in Driftfell City, Zenzulin came from this direction. Hopefully this time we don't have any ninjas in our way. Ooh, a revive we could use. Anything else perhaps around here? Haha! What a find! Given the fact that we found a TM there, that leads me to believe this is the permanent location for this boat. After all, they wouldn't put a TM as something permanently missable, would they? This is the place. Okay, I'm going. No worries at all, Error. I'm very... You have no idea how happy I am to see you showing up here on Twitch. But I hope you have a wonderful evening. Get a lot of stuff done. Who are you? Just to let you know, you're about to feel my rage. I can never hear the word rage without thinking of Overwatch. Do you remember when Overwatch was a good game? I can't either. Though obviously, as a scientist and a Guilty Gear player, I obviously had to enjoy playing Winston the most. Hydration is very necessary, thank you. Actually, if you want to be perfectly honest, we probably could have one-shot both of these Pokemon from the very start with Dragon Claw. The Earthquake TM should be closer to Black City, which hopefully we can unlock that before the Elite Four. I'll go ahead and take care of Golbat. Hopefully you have something better than Ring Out for Survivor. Just packed up that expensive collector's edition for Overwatch a couple minutes ago. Just can't look at a Blizzard game and think it's any good anymore. Let's see, I think it was probably about late 2020 or maybe even 2021. Where I wrote off Blizzard games altogether, forever. Drapion is definitely the scarier threat here. Yeah, it was definitely as, all that Blizzard controversy was going on that I decided, you know what? I'm already not playing Overwatch. And I already was playing Hearthstone maybe once a month. So, left behind with no regrets. Kayla, you champion! Survived all these different attacks! You only downloaded Twitch so you can watch me. Don't watch streamers that much. Aww. You're gonna make me blush. Unfortunately, I do not have that as an expression on my model. Duly noted for when we get onto Xander 2.0. Hearthstone sucks and it focuses too much on the auto-battler. Very true. That's when I stopped believing in the game as well. Then every game series just had something bad attached to it. Yeah. Like... A lot of my friends are getting super excited for Overwatch 2, but I could not care less. Are there any shooters I do still like? I did play a bit of TF2 again in July, but I already dropped it pretty quickly. Lost track of time, so you're just gonna go tomorrow. Aww! I hope you can get everything scheduled properly, Avid. Oh no, we have to protect the switches. They didn't have Purloin with them. Barriers, huh? The Team Plasma member was saying, oh, I got it. We should press the switches to deactivate the barriers. Xander, let's split up and look for them. Which one are you referring to there, James? Ah, Splatoon 3. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be playing Splatoon ever. Because for one, I already care very little about shooters in the first place. Like, Halo was the only one I cared about for a long time. Borderlands, maybe, if I'm doing PvE stuff. And even then, probably only Borderlands 2 or, funny enough, the pre-sequel. Again? Wait. No need to be suspicious. This uniform is just a disguise. I'm X-Team Plasma. What I am now is a spy, to guard against anything bad they might cook up. It must be a hard job keeping an eye on your former allies. Say, you don't know anything about a purloined stolen in Aspertia, do you? Sorry, but I don't know anything about that. That's what I figured. I wouldn't expect someone from a group bent on world domination to be all that quick on the uptake. Any interest in modern Doom? Yes! But I haven't bought any of them. Oh, wait, I correct myself. We are definitely playing Ultra Kill at some point. That is definitely a shooter I will play. But Splatoon... I already don't really care that much for Nintendo games outside of Kirby or Pokemon, as you can probably guess. And if it's something done from Nintendo's online service, I still have less interest in it. But honestly, I wanted to say Pokemon. Look, we're not scared of a patrol. Not at all. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Plasma! Someone told you there were bear ears in Splatoon 3, and it was an auto-buy. Definitely, I can see that. Am I afraid of any animal? I mean, I have all the standard fears as usual. I need to think about what I'm scared of more than usual. Like anything that's more frightening to me than the norm. Animal Crossing is a no, Usagi. Sorry. I did play the hell out of the original game on the GameCube. But these days, I don't think I have the time for a game like that. If I'm wanting a game to vibe and relax, and just pass the time, I usually use Skyrim for that. Or Elder Scrolls games in general. You like Animal Crossing, that game got you to hustle big money. I do love Animal Crossing thematically, I just don't think it's a game I'd spend my time with, since I have so little of it these days. If I were still a kid, absolutely. I'm the fighting sweeper. I'll clean up garbage like you. I wouldn't even say it's not for me, Kuma. It's just further down on the list of games that I'd spend my time with. Definitely, whenever old man Xander is retired from work, I'd absolutely sit down and play through a long backlog of games, which would include Animal Crossing. Huh. Very wise choice of move. Unfortunately, Kayla should be able to get out a one-hit here. Ah, never mind. Very well done, Crocodile. Seems that Intimidate was very well placed. Sploof's behind in leveling, so let's go ahead and fix that here real quick. We won't need any setup. A direct attack should suffice. Yeah, I love Animal Crossing thematically, but I'm probably not going to play it myself. It's lower on my list of things that I'd spend time with, compared to, say, game dev. Like, there's still a few games that, if we're talking about the hierarchy of things I'd spend my spare time with, very high on the list would be stuff like fighting games, or, Elder Scrolls. Those will always be favorites of mine, forever and more. But, game dev, if I can ever muster the willpower to get through with it, it will require a lot of my brain power to get onto game dev stuff. So I do want to look to find a lot of time to devote to that. I can't remember how to use the warp panels to get around, and they won't give me a Pokemon yet. But even a guy like me has something useful to share. You step on 4 switches to remove the barrier. You've been on an eternal kick lately. Doom is definitely on the table. Okay, so I correct myself. I just don't usually think about shooters. But shooters you will probably see on this channel will be, Doom, and a lot of the innovative indie shooters going around right now. Ultra Kill is a very, very good idea. Sploof, this is not a good spot for you, so let's swap out. That tea is awfully cold. Ah, not quite enough. Luckily, this is a move we don't have to worry about recoil with. In fact, because we're bound to find a lot of poison types here, let's actually have Sploof in the back. Aaron can take point. In fact, I did just hydrate, but I think I might have to swap out some of this tea very soon. We are coming up on our first hour, so it will be a time for a break very soon. Yeah, I think I might have put too much ice in this tea. Actually, this is exactly on 7 p.m. here, so let's go ahead and very quickly pour another glass of tea here, which should equalize the temperature here. I'll be right back after this battle. Target acquired. Termination will now begin. Yeah, my roommate actually made a pot before. Oh, right! I forgot to tell y'all the wonderful news. Hold on. This requires a departure. My roommate bought a new coffee brewer for anyone who hasn't been updated. And yes, I brew my tea in a coffee pot. Sue me! So, we're back on to the usual schedule of Xander getting to feel his tea addiction. So, a wonderful time it is for all. A very good break that we've had. Anywho, we return to our previously scheduled bug stopping. Bug stomping. Brrr. Yes, I will very much need that hydrate. Or a drown, apparently. Let me guess. 1 hydrate for every day that I was missing. Haha, he stopped at 7. I knew it. I knew it. I was terminated. What a trainer. Anywho, let's actually go ahead and refill that glass real quick. We will be right back. And we are back. Hopefully that should have given everyone a moment to sit up and stretch. I will indeed immediately redeem that hydrate. Not your intention, Aaron, but you will take credit. 1 down, 3 to go. Let me guess, this teleporter puts us right in view of a trainer. Oh, never mind. Haha! A Magmarizer. Unfortunately, we do not have a Magmar on our team. Nobody has used the beds in this room. If you think I'm lying, take a look, then take a rest. I have never played Age of Empires, Usagi. Which of my friends plays that game a lot? It's Cave, isn't it? Avid, if you're still here, help me out here. Was it Cave who always plays Age of Empires? Do consider it an option, but I'm surprised how, slowly I get through games these days. Darn you, Sinnoh, and your stupid evolution criteria. Well, the whole point of Gen 4 was they had like 30 Pokemon that were just evolutions of previous generations. Attack drop or otherwise, one superpower should take care of you immediately. The Croc got knocked out. Oh, well, Raticate's weak enough of a Pokemon that we can probably still do this, even with a, -2 superpower. Yet another forgotten rodent. Very well done, Aaron. You like Age of Mythologies more. I'm unfamiliar with either. How about we see how well I can use this Pokemon I got? It's a very good game. It's like StarCraft, but not futuristic. So, an RTS, right? Yeah, it's a grand strategy game, isn't it? If I remember, is Age of Empires a 4X or is it specifically an RTS? Unfortunately, this is not a Pokemon we can use a ground-type move super effectively against. Very well done, Aaron. No Pokemon shall guard against us. We've got 2 very, very strong physical attackers. The legendary Pokemon that created the region, Reshiram. And the other legendary Pokemon, Zekrom. If you have these Pokemon, it's so easy to control the Unova region, right? Looks like it will be a bit of a hassle. Intruder sighted. I'll have you know that the Pokemon I'm about to use was stolen from a child. Could it be Joey's Rattata? In the top 10%. Oh, never mind. 'Tis just a little hoodlum. We are rapidly running out of superpowers. You know what game I want to play on stream? I want to have a Civilization collab sometime in the future. Obviously, I'd have to play that alongside Leviathan, since she's a very big fan of 4X games. But I would like to have that as part of, say, a 4 to 6 person collab. You need the positive vibes right now, doing trash and shooting games today. Very sad to hear that. But I'm very glad we can share the positive vibes. You are definitely kicking some butt. In my own way, I'm a strong part of this Team Plasma group. People call me the Bisharp Woman. Well, guess who's getting superpowered? Civ games, you just start wars or just cause economic struggles. You know exactly what I do. I go for a science lead, and then use that to fund a military that ensures I can ensure my proper lead by correcting any other nation that might perchance have a lead in any other regard. I don't go for a military victory, but if someone's a little too close to second place, I make sure to correct that with a bit of, let's just call it destructive engineering. You love Civilization. Makes you feel happy that in that game there is a representative from Chile. Do we have Chile in Civ 6? I can't remember. Yeah, just military kneecapping, because I still like the space victory. Actually, my favorite was in Civ 5. I liked building all the parts for it. Civ 6 Chile. Oh! They were some of the Native American civilizations, right? Oh, would you look at that? Mapuche. Those are actually some of my favorite civs. Very cool. I knew they were Native American, but I didn't know they were specifically from the Chilean region. That's really cool. I love how they represented all of the Native American civilizations in that game. Of course, I usually have a bit too much fun with the Aztecs, but that should come as no surprise. Lautaro, very cool. I forget, what was their gimmick? Ah, they do a lot of work with governors. Known for leading the indigenous resistance against the Spanish conquest of Chile. Leads the Mapuche in Civilization 6 Rise and Fall. Hold on. Bring that desktop around. Tries to keep a city's loyalty high, dislikes civilizations that lose due to low loyalty, and likes civilizations that earn cities through loyalty pressure. Gain 10 combat strength when fighting civilizations in golden and heroic ages. Quite the rebel, I see, as well as when fighting free cities. Okay, so it's all a loyalty gimmick with him. Pretty fun. I love that game. I've gotten ruthlessly addicted to it, time and again. In fact, actually, it was a game I was hopelessly addicted to during my debut week. Warning, warning, intruders in the vessel. Everyone, please respond. Even if we don't have our hero anymore, we still won't lose. No idea why it crossed your brain, but Southern Hemisphere, Usagi must be the colder part of the year. In fact, it was the most popular tribe in Chile until the Spanish came to destroy everything. Ah, yeah. Good old-fashioned European imperialism. What a horrible time that was. It's astonishing how much the Spanish and the English just ruined things for a lot of folk. I really think it's cool that we have a Native American civilization there, whose entire buff is fighting people who are doing too well. Flare Blitz might still do more damage here. It doesn't look like we can use the beds in this room, so we might have to go specifically for that one room that had all the empty beds. September. Yeah, it would be very, very cold. Although, this would be spring for the Southern Hemisphere. They should be after the colder part of the year, right? In fact, things are just now finally starting to cool down for us here in Texas. There's another. Ah, the good old-fashioned team secret hideout. And then we have to go through a lot of teleporters. You know what? Sploof would deserve the EXP share. She would have a type disadvantage against all these poison types out here. Usagi should be able to fight everyone relatively neutrally. Oh, this looks like the room. This is in fact not the room. This is probably it. There we go. Top right corner. We can technically just step into each one of these rooms individually. Long loading screen, that will be another barrier unlocked. Only one more to go. Ah, there we go. Let's be on our way up. Oh, wait. That's right, it was up here at the top of the stairs. I think we got everyone fought there and got all the experience we could use. So, presumably... Yep, there he is. Ya boy Zinzalin. You're an impressive trainer to have made it this far. Since you went to such trouble to come here, I'll show you something. This is... the legendary Pokemon of Ice. Its name is Kyurem. The ice missiles we fired into Opalucid City were created with Kyurem's power and Team Plasma's technology. Well, you could become a threat to Team Plasma, so we will eliminate you here. Not with me around, you won't. Thanks for removing the barrier. That was a big help. Yeah, I basically did all the work myself since you didn't do one. Huh. We'll simply eliminate both of you. Ah, a double battle again. This time, we have full teams to bear. However, I've got a full 6 in reserve. Do what you do best, Usagi. Ooh, double edge. Do we want the extra attacking power, or do we want to stick with return? Actually, Usagi, you happen to be the man of the hour here. Would you have a preference? Hitting harder with recoil damage, or Just strong, reliable damage without hurting yourself. How do you feel about version exclusivity and the whole version and the 2-version thing as a whole? You find it really annoying. I did actually, and while I wait on a response from Usagi, I did actually see a video essay a couple of weeks ago that talked about what they were thinking about developing for all the Pokemon games. And when the very first games were in development, the programmers actually wanted to make each copy personalized. Every single cartridge would have its own individual number, which determines what Pokemon you'd find. They eventually did away with that since it was a little unreliable to figure out. I kind of like the idea of having only a certain portion of Pokemon that you could find in each game. But it kind of conflicts with the whole idea of having a stored save file. The whole generate a different roster every time works best with, say, a roguelike, or a game you're expected to lose and restart. Pokemon, however, since you have the very, very long road of trying to learn trying to catch every Pokemon, I don't think the formula works very well here. The whole version exclusivity, I did like the gimmick that I could do, Oh wait, that's an idea. What if we actually forgot a move we were scheduled to use? Would we have changed targets then? Or would we have skipped our turn? Huh, guess we'll never find out. I did like the gimmick because I did grow up with a single sibling, and we always had the gimmick of one of us would pick one, and the other would pick the other game every single time. Which I liked the gimmick there, but I think the experience might have been less well off for a lot of other folk. Overall, I think it is a suboptimal decision for Pokemon. The legendary Oops All Caterpie card that never was. They definitely would normalize the random distribution of Pokemon. It would never be an "Aww, Usagi, you really are a team player. Isn't that cute?" Unfortunately, I don't think we'll have a chance to save Serperior from getting ice sharded from Weavile. Oh, never mind. In that case, we will take out the bigger threat here. See? Ice Shard. Told you. I'm pretty sure the programmers would have made it impossible to get an Oops All Caterpie cart. Very powerful, but also very dangerous. Let's actually bring in Hydrotter here, who might be able to lead with an Aqua Jet next turn. Oh, we got the bait. Look at that. We are somehow strategizing perfectly with this computer. I think my final answer, James, would be I think it's the incorrect decision for Pokemon. It's very obviously a choice just to sell more cartridges, especially with the whole Game of the Year 3rd version gimmick that they did for a while. But they have done away with that. Though the more I think about it, is there even a game where that would be the good decision? Having different copies of a game have completely different findable rosters. It's a ground type move that's not going to work very well. Aqua Jet, we might be able to get out here. See if we can score a KO there. Indeedy do. What makes your Pokemon so different from mine? The longer you live, the more opportunities for failure. That would explain why you lost this battle. You're very old. Decrepit. A fossil, even. I'm not going to lose to Team Plasma. By the way, what is this place? That Pokemon. It's so icy. Could that be the source of the attack on Opelucid City? Hugh, they literally just said this. EVs? What are we talking about in regards to EVs here, Aaron? You're a smarter trainer than I expected, even though I literally just described this earlier. If you've got that much sense, why did you do something as dangerous as sneaking into our base? That should be obvious! I'll do whatever it takes to get my sister's Pokemon back. Are you the one who stole a Purloin in Espiritia 5 years ago? Oh, what makes my mons different from his? Effort values would be true. Because I don't think any, rival trainers' Pokemon have effort values. Except maybe like gym trainers and Elite Four, probably. If it's just a Purloin, someone probably stole it and is using it. Why can't you understand? There are other Purloin. Why are you so fixated on this one? That's the only Purloin in the world that my late grandpa caught for my little sister. An individual's feelings. To you, that's probably a matter of great importance. But from the perspective of other people, it's a trifling matter indeed. Compare those feelings against the majesty of this ship. The ship itself is a device that uses the Pokemon Kyurem's power. With this ship, we will conquer Unova. It looks like Kyurem has fully recovered. We'll put the DNA splicers to good use. I'll let you take care of them, Shadow Triad. Don't mess with me. You were the one who lost. And we get knocked out and kidnapped. Excellent time for a hydrate. Ah, look at those low-resolution graphics. So, wonder who's getting iced this time. You know what I need? I need a writer for my own game dev project. Someone to get rid of all the little plot holes here and there. That seems a little silly. We march in there, defeat them, and then they kindly just escort us out with the ninjas. I mean, we could have easily fought them with our own Pokemon. Tisk, you still won my heart over, Pokemon. Team Plasma, no matter where you fly, I won't let you get away. But what's over there, anyway? Sorry I'm late. I suspect they're flying towards the giant chasm. The giant chasm! That's deep in Route 22, right? Okay, I'm going. Xander, you come too. That Pokemon. Kyurem, was it? Its cry sounded lonely somehow. Kyurem. Team Plasma is using Kyurem's power for evil. Then how should we stop Team Plasma? If Kyurem is, like Drayden said, a legendary dragon-type Pokemon, the only ones who could stand up to it are Zekrom or Reshiram. But neither of them is here right now. Where are the ones the legendary Pokemon recognized as heroes, anyway? I guess I just have to find one of them. see if there are any gimmicks or secrets left over here, and then we will depart. Off to the giant chasm we would proceed. Oh, right. Let's go ahead and put Usagi in reserves, hence... we probably won't be having too many more battle encounters over here. We will look for any TMs or other trinkets that might be scattered. You know, I forgot Mantyke existed. It's weird that for the longest time they were adding pre-evolutions to already, like, unused Pokemon. Mantine never really got much representation, did it? Which is a shame because it's such a lovable design. Seems we have no further secrets here. Another realm of the Pokemon landscape to be further forgotten. Since, after all, we're definitely not going back there again. Ah, it looks like we went on the back path too early. We would have ended up having to take this route to get back anyway. Well, lucky for us, we did already solve this issue, but I don't think that was the route we needed to take, right? We'll still go over there, since I think that's the only route we can travel through. What to do for a game dev project? I did implement proper knockdowns and such. I might be able to do a somewhat better implementation of that. Actually, you know what? I think we might use this Saturday to revise what we have for the teching system there. Since there apparently is a variable to prevent something from being teched. I mean, at this point, we have kind of our first playable character using only the base game's assets. What we might have to do now is actually get to keyframing out some better hitboxes. Since one of the issues I was having when I was working last was, well, the characters are too small and made out of very few pixels. So the whole idea of doing like high and low poke footsies actually doesn't work with character sprites having such a low resolution. So I might have to draw up some larger rectangles. Which means we get to work with a sprite. It's funny, we discussed the idea of a Xander character for Rivals of Aether about a year ago, which we never followed through on. And I still like the idea. We might leave that on as an option for the future. To the giant chasm, up and away. And immediately get rid of that bicycle. We are not going to worry about catching the legendary beasts just yet. Self-insert in your fighting game. Not for the project that we're working on, but we could implement a self-insert in Rivals of Aether. But in our fighting game, I actually already have the characters planned out. And I've had them planned out for maybe 4 years at this point. So I already know what, who, and which characters we're doing. And no, it is not myself or any, like... It's not myself or any VTuber fighting game or anything like that. Oh, the sole bad guy. Technically no, the guy we were working on for our last game dev project would be a lot more analogous to a Kai Kisk or a Ryu. He's supposed to be a lot more, slower paced and footsies related. But yeah, the main character Shoulda Clone Proxy. I actually don't know if I want to give him a fireball yet. That's actually what we'll be testing for. I think I might want to do a case of, he's supposed to be entirely a mid-range character. So, he will have a DP, but instead of a fireball, he might have a, Iaijitsu attack, like Johnny or Yuzuriha. Anyone who tries to block us will go running away with their tail between their legs. Hey, it's good. We're all set here. It's finally time. Come on, let's go. You're all alone now. So, which one of us are you gonna tackle? Oi, it's me, the X-Team Plasma guy. The one Rude asked to be a spy. Rude. That was the guy we met in like the second or third town, right? Where they were talking about ex-Plasma members trying to make up. Oh, yeah. I remember you. Being X-Team Plasma's really tough, really rough, eh? You know, N was so nice to Pokemon. And all I wanted to do was protect Pokemon from bad people. Well, I suppose. If we don't crush Team Plasma, then guys like you and that N guy will always be treated like villains. Okay, I'm out of here, Xander. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Even if we said it was for Pokemon, in the end, we were doing what we wanted to do. Please excuse me. There's still something I have to do. Be on our merry way. So yeah, the sprites we would have to be working on would be for our first character. I'll let you in on a bit of foresight right here and now. For starters, we have 4 characters planned. The first one, being the archetypal footsies character, would be a mid-range, right, we do still have strength. Mid-range footsies character. Good pokes, got a DP, and might have a fireball, but would actually control a lot more neutral space with a Iaijitsu attack. And use that for a bit more neutral space control. Frame traps, very basic game plan. There's probably a lot of rock and ground types that will fight in here, so let's go ahead and get Sploof out there. And then Usagi can hold the experience share. The second character is more of a zoner archetype that even actually before Testament's I had them planned before Testament's release. How long has my mouse been there? I had them planned as a character long before Testament actually showed up in Guilty Gear. But they have a very Testament sort of game plan. Set play projectiles that they can teleport to. Although that would also be very similar to, say, Dawson and such. Fourth character would be a very typical Rekka Rushdown character that I don't think has any particularly unique gimmicks, at least not that I've figured out yet. And then fourth character would be a heavy. We do not have a grappler planned for the initial roster at first, especially for what should be a PvE game. I currently only have 4 playable planned characters. What a blessing that is! Hello, Icebeam. I know exactly where you're going. Oh, Usagi could learn it as well. But for a physical attack focus, not so useful. The fourth character would be a heavy, who has a lot of, slow startup on attacks as you'd expect of a heavy, but they have more of a brawler archetype. And their whole gimmick is, all of their slower buttons, and a lot of their specials have guard points versus certain attacks, which is actually why we were implementing that whole, conditional, hurt box code for a few streams ago. They'd do, for example, a 5C and have guard point frames against mids. Or an 8C would have guard point versus high, a 2C would have guard points versus lows. So the whole idea is that they enact pressure that you can't mash out of. So stuff that's very, very scary that you have to guard. Yeah, we probably can't get a one-hit KO with a Giga Drain, so get in a Leech Seed to space out a few turns. Further down the line, I do have 4 extra characters planned eventually, but those would be either post-launch characters or DLC. Very well done, Sploof. Ah, we got ourselves an exit. Let's not head there just yet. There is a grappler planned as probably the 5th character. As in, specifically a grappler. They wouldn't have quite so many guard point moves, but they'd probably have something a lot like, oh, what's his name? The, draft character from Grand Blue. Not the grappler, not La Diva, but, you know what? I'm heading to Dustloop immediately. They'd have an armor gimmick, like, what's his face? Vasaraga, that was his name. So he'd probably be able to set up armor in order to be able to approach. And then once he gets in close, he runs the usual grappler game plan. Sorry, but there's a lot of experience to be getting here. Actually, level 34. Did we just actually unlock a previous route? Where are we? Because 34 is an awfully low level. Oh, would you look at that? We actually have a crossover here. And that one's not even marked on the map. Alright, no other secrets here. We'll just be going back down then. Ah, here we go. I'm looking for other trainers we could train against, but it seems like we might have just wild Pokemon here. That will be useful, thank you. None shall pass. Sage's orders. Which is unfortunate because I'm quite certain we could win that battle. You know, I'm probably underestimating Spoof's power. Ah, never mind. As expected, we don't get the one-hit KO there. Though, Piloswine does have quite a bit of bulk to bring to the table. Such a cute design. I loved that the whole Swinub evolution line got some very good representation with Mamoswine. I think Mamoswine's one of the best Gen 4 Pokemon they could have brought forward. Just because a mammoth is such a good idea. Not sending you in to fight yourself. I was actually wondering what kind of joke I could make on that front. Very clever, but not quite. If there's ever a Mamoswine, though, I will definitely make that fight for you. We'll go ahead and drop a Leech Seed first, and then Giga Drain. That's quite a bit of power there. And funny enough, I actually have already ran out of tea. So, while it is a bit late, once we exit the Great Chasm here, we will be taking a formal break, as we usually do. Let's see, do we have any further secrets up here? Nothing. Unless one of you secretly has an item, as expected. Thank you. I guess it's that easy. Alright, that takes us back to the beginning. So, we know the route we have to take to proceed. What a find. Knowing Sneasel, we probably can't actually run from that battle. So let's send an errand to take care of business. Snatch is such a cool move. I wish it had some use in competitive. I think it would be a really cool option as a, for a wall breaker character. Which was our route out of here? I think it's down these steps. I don't know if I'd have a team that utilizes it, but just because I like making hard reads, I think it would be really, really funny. And definitely in character if I could do the whole, you're so predictable gimmick with, actually using Snatch on a competitive team. That feels like that would be a move they removed in Generation 8. Tell me, does Snatch still exist? That's actually a game that's been in here for a while. I know it was there since Gen 3, at the very, very least. Alright. Time for our first formal break. This one will take a little bit more time than just grabbing another glass of tea. And I will see you all in just a very short time. And, ah, and we return with, well, a new friend. Say hi to the audience. I'm pretty sure Skrunko has missed y'all as well. And boy, does he want attention. Anywho, I think we're ready to resume. If I could just get my hands around this intrusive cat in my way. Come here. Wait a sec. He said he wants to talk to them so his old allies won't get hurt. Stop bumping the mic. I will say it as many times as it takes until you understand. Dennis's real plan was to take over the Unova region. Liberating Pokemon was nothing more than an excuse. If anything, it would have made Pokemon suffer. Yeah. That's a pretty speech, Gramps. You fool. We're not going to listen to what a traitor has to say. And Skrunko's already gone. Well, that didn't work. Hey. Let me through. What are you saying? Looking to get hurt? I'm going to get a stolen Pokemon back. I'm not going to listen to villains like you. Rude. X-Team Plasma. Why do you have Pokemon by your sides? To protect what's important to you, right? Even if your precious Pokemon get hurt, even if your ideals are damaged, the time to fight is now! You're just a kid. Quit trying to act so cool. Whatever, nobody's getting close to the Plasma Frigate. Wipe them all out! Xander, as usual, take the other one. Like he said, we're going to crush you along with the traitors. Because Team Plasma exists to cause trouble. What? You just left. Well, this is inconvenient. Okay, I need a slow clap expression. Wonderful idea. Yeah, great work, Weezing. Sure, it might have been a 3-7 matchup, but we still won. We got the chip KO on them. Ooh, that could be a problem. Luckily... Haha, we got the Yomi. Sludge Wave was such a weird move for them to come up with. After all, like, they already had Sludge Bomb. Sure, it has a different function, but they basically just made the same move again, but slightly stronger. Yeah, I know it hits all adjacent Pokemon rather than just your target, but it feels like a really weird redundancy. Are your Pokemon okay? You should take these with you. Ooh, multiple. We're probably getting to the spicy part, aren't we? You too. Thanks. I'm passing through. Oh, looks like their backup has arrived. At times like these, those whose hearts weaken, those whose determination falters, can accomplish nothing. To save our old allies, to protect Unova, we will fight! Both of you, go! No, just a moment. Hugh, was it? About the Pokemon you're looking for. In all likelihood, it is in the possession of the Shadow Triad, the Dark Warriors who appear silently. Got it. If I rescue it, that helps you guys absolve your guilt, doesn't it? Guess I'll help you out. At that time, I believed we were on the side of justice. By serving my king, N, I was going to make a world without war. But I was conceited, and I couldn't see the unhappiness we were causing. That's why I can't let it happen again. Not immediately moving straight ahead. We got something over here we could afford to pick up. Oh, well, Aaron, it looks like you're getting exactly what you wanted. Here's the mirror matchup. Survive. Ah! Wait, does that mean we're still at a 50-50 here? It is a mirror, after all. Funny how that one turns out. Let's not prolong this any longer than we have to. Go ahead with the attack immediately. Worth it. Let's get you back in the saddle, Aaron. That's right, we have plenty of rare candies. I guess we can just save and dump them all right before the Elite Four. I wonder what good post-game content we have here. I'd like to not just beat the Elite Four and then drop this game. I do want to tackle some of the post-game content. I wonder what we'd be looking for in that case. I think this might actually be turning out to be my favorite Pokemon game of all time. Although my opinion of it will definitely be adjusted by the fact that this is one that I've streamed with all of y'all. Let's go ahead and leave our boy Hydrotter here on point. Since it seems we are finding ourselves a lot of ice types, which, ice and ground types, that we can hit super effectively reliably without relying on Aaron's recoil moves. Right, it's not over here, but I didn't see any exit over this way. Is it time for another one of those little hidden alcoves? No? So what's our route forward? So good to finally have an ice type attack. Now we can actually reliably beat dragons. and flying types that had any bit of an electric resist were also an issue before. Ah, here it is. Huh, what a find. I don't think we'll be doing any breeding in the future, though. So let's go ahead and skip that. Ah, it's going to be one of these gimmicks, I see. I see. Get it? Alright. Time to frag this frigate. Actually, we didn't really need to save, did we? Do you plan to play the new Pokemon Violet and Scarlet or the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? He's terrifying. He can't be human, but he has a silly-looking Quillfish hairstyle. All of Unova will be frozen with Kyurem's ice. I wonder if Zinzalin will be okay. He really doesn't like the cold. Struggle and squirm. Kyurem's ice is more powerful than Reshiram's columns of fire, or Zekrom's grappling lightning. Don't interfere with Team Plasma's conquest of Unova. I would say, with perfect honesty, after playing Legends Arceus and the whole Sword Shield debacle, the perfectly honest answer, Usagi, is I will wait to play those games until after I've heard the reception for them. Actually, that would be a nice idea. Those games are both scheduled for, or at least Scarlet and Violet is scheduled for soon release, right? November. So we are 2 months away. If I hear good things about the reception, then yes. We have to get down there somehow. I assume we don't just jump down through the rafter. Yeah, we're gonna have to go down and around. So yeah, I'll wait to hear the reception on those games first. I did hear a very positive reception for Arceus, and I did like the game. I think it did a lot of innovative things for the franchise as a whole. But after defeating Volo, I do not plan on ever picking that game back up again. Well, what an introduction. Get 'em, boys. This is where Surf becomes a problem. Yeah, Bulldoze hits everyone. Huh. You know who is a good single battler? Seif, who hasn't had enough representation yet. In fact, it was your older brother who wanted to ask that. I do like the idea, definitely. It's a game I want to love, the whole idea of a truly open-world Pokemon game. Especially since that was a part of Arceus I enjoyed. What I didn't... well, actually I can't even say there's anything about Arceus that I specifically disliked. Other than the story did kind of feel a little weird. But basically every Pokemon story is weird in some form or another. No super effective hits here off of the other types. Why not? Open world unfortunately looks like no level scaling so far, and that's why I plan on waiting. For them trying something so new and ambitious, I need to be sure that it works before I try it. Sorry, Sif. Okay, you survived, just as I hoped you would. Well, this one we should handle pretty easily. There's no way Garbodor survives a very, very high power Electro Ball. Your money is modded for level scaling on emulator before official release. Ah, so close. And they're still not attacking C. Weird. But I'll take it. Do a volt switch and get yourself to safety, see? Safety, if you will. Yeah, Pokemon does have a problem with ROM leaks. In that case, the very good news would be that we'd possibly have a review before the official release date, which is honestly the best universe. If it turns out that we do have very good reviews of the game before it actually comes out, then I'll be playing it on release day if it turns out it's a good idea. Let's go ahead and get an Ice Beam out there for the super effective damage. And speaking of super effective, look at my boy. He's going ham. I always loved Scraggy and Scrafty. Such an interesting design. What always struck me as interesting about them is they can learn Dragon Dance as an egg move. I mean, they are literally lizards, but it's still a very interesting, sort of unexpected thing to have on their movesets. I'm going to throw a wild guess out there that we probably get all of our Pokemon healed to full right before this battle. But just in case. Yeah, nothing else will do, At last we meet again. Remember me? Formerly of Team Plasma? I've been waiting for you. Gah, spying is such a rotten job. I contacted Rude at the Seven Sages, but nobody showed up to help me. I can't stand it. Everybody around me is always saying bad stuff about Lord N. But Lord N learned the error of his ways and changed course to a better path. Yet people call him a betrayer. People really stink sometimes. They selfishly counted on him, and now they selfishly make a big fuss about being betrayed. Oh, I nearly forgot to tell you. This floor is a maze of pipes. You got to step on switches to connect or disconnect the pipes. It's a good thing you can walk on the pipes. Ah, but no healing. So on to combat we go. If we have Scarlet and Violet planned so soon, then I might take a break on Pokemon Day. I originally was going to schedule Explorers of Sky for right after we beat Black and White 2. But we can probably let that sit for a bit. But if I lose, I won't be able to carry out my justice. You know what I'm wanting to do again? I'm wanting to bring Toho back into the rotation, which really was part of the plan for the whole Pokemon Day setup. Maybe sometime soon, I'll find a different Toho game to play. That would be very nice for taking up a filler slot. Especially since Toho is something I can play just any time and drop whenever. Especially because they have a lot of different fan games. Just play Tohomon and do both at the same time. That was actually the plan. The plan was I did want to have another Toho game as kind of spacing to lead up to both an introductory or another Toho game and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, leading us together up to Genso Wanderer, which is one of my favorite games I've ever played. Although that one took me like 70 hours to get through, so that would be an incredibly long stream. I wanted to gauge first just how much you guys would like seeing Toho-related content before I invested that much in such a very, very long game. The password is a numeric code. Second number is 7. Ah, here we go. Should be a fun little gimmick. Being inside the ship is boring. I'll play with you. Then again, since we are finishing up Pokemon Black and White here, you know... See, it's such a hard decision to make because I wanted to leave, well, I'm not sure if I'd play the ROM hack Tohomons, but Toho Puppet Dance Performance is also one of my magnum opus games I want to save. Like how I've been saving Spore for a 1K subscriber celebration, or follower. See, I want to save some of the Tohomon stuff for after I've gotten my branding out there. So I kind of want to do some of the smaller Toho-related games. You know who we haven't used in a while? Hayla. I don't know. I'll have to look for other Toho games to pick up. Hopefully Tohos that don't take too long to get through, which might even mean playing the shooters. I have what you want, but if you want it, you know, don't you? Battle me. Hopefully, we can get Earthquake on Kayla very, very soon. Which is the only thing she's missing. Would you know any other good Toho games to play that would be, short-lived, Leviathan? I want to do something I can pick up and drop very, very quickly. After just a few streams. Why? Oh, an item. With the plasma card, you can enter the password. Do the rest yourself. I guess they're literally gonna give me the solution then. Also, that switch didn't move when I stepped over it a second time, so it does look like this isn't really a puzzle. It's just something we'll be able to get through once, and that'll be all and all. Team Plasma will be blasting us off into space, apparently. Ah, if only Mold Breaker was so powerful that it literally blocked out Intimidate. Only Fan-Toho games you've played are Blooming Chaos 2 Twin Stick Shooter and Mega Mari. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea playing, Wow. Mega Mari being What If Mega Man was Bullet Hell. Actually not a bad idea either, since a lot of friends have been trying to get me to play, Mega Man games. Since that's a series I never had the chance to fully experience. We're not getting the one-hit KO here. Instead, why don't you help out, Sploof? I do like the idea of Blooming Chaos 2. It's actually made by the same developer that handled another game I've been playing, or I did play, but I haven't actually picked up in a little bit. Actually, I don't think we need the paralysis here. We just need Leech Seed. Really? How are you faster than Spoof? That's honestly very impressive. Giga Drain, since we'll need to retaliate immediately. Oh, never mind, that's fairly unremarkable. And we got the critical hit. You, my friend, just got sploofed. I think we're running out of healing items at this point, so we will need to be very careful. Especially since I'm pretty sure we're about to have a, battle versus Kyurem very, very soon. Though it's been a while since we were at a Pokemon Center. We haven't really had a checkpoint to get everything loaded up. Ah, we changed the switches one by one. I get it. We, Team Plasma, will rule the Unova region. For that purpose, hand over your Pokemon to me. Okay, noted. If we come up against a Krokorok or a Crocodile, we will avoid immediately engaging with them. We might have to go just for an attack off the bat. We might be able to land this with a single Dragon Claw. Amen. Although that was with a crit, so maybe that one doesn't quite count. Also, we have 0 dropped frames again, so I'm glad we aren't getting any of the lag. It's weird that that showed up. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like 7778 or something like that. Oh, there's a doctor. What's this? You think you can beat me, the one they call Queen of Team Plasma? What an interesting stream. We spent this entire time just thwarting these guys. Okay, so that doctor there is placed very, very conspicuously. Since we know we're about to get some healing right after this battle, we can be very, very reckless with our setup. Just in case whatever Pokemon follows would be, say, a crocodile. Or something far less frightening. Watch this, Watchhog. Your face. It really drives me mad. I know. Not everyone can have my wonderful looks. If Team Plasma takes over the world, there should be If Team Plasma takes over the world, there should be fewer Pokemon injured. I doubt that. We have no guarantee. See if we can get a one-hit KO here off the bat. Almost. It's not like we were using that for this battle anyway. And one, and done. Tell me, please, just what is a Pokemon battle? It's an instance where you lose, and give me free healthcare. Don't you think there will be less war if Team Plasma takes over the world? There might by technicality, but that doesn't mean there would be less cruelty. Our route to paradise does not follow this path. So we're going to have to depress this switch. And then, while it's locked down, we'll have to... Huh! I like this puzzle. It's different. So many organizations bent on controlling the world get thwarted by a teenager. If that stops them, you doubt they'd make any real progress. There we go. Oh, you look strong. Okay, let's battle. Let's battle. Yeah, chances are. I mean, when you think about it, narratively, the Pokemon games are very, very weird. How is it that a child manages to so reliably stop these evil organizations? You'd think there'd be plenty of adults with lots of powerful Pokemon. Ah, seems we're both doing our setup here. Drapion does have very high defense, but I don't think it's even going to be enough for Haxorus. Atta girl, Kayla. So it's a 4-digit number, 3 of them are the same. The last one is 7. So, by process of elimination, we only need to worry about the third number, which, well, at worst, we just have a 1 out of 10 chance of getting. How, or where are we even looking? Where are we putting that in? Their password doesn't seem very secure. It's an absolute cryptographic disaster. Let me guess. Ah, it's not correct. Honestly, we're close enough that we can just brute force this. And in this case, I can use the mouse. How pathetic. The device is indestructible. You will never be able to release Kirim. You don't have the sense to know when to quit, it seems. It's an act of mercy on my part to bring this to an end now. Let me guess, you somehow leveled up like 3 of your Pokemon up 5 levels since the last time we fought. Now here is a losing matchup. Actually, watch this. There are no good ice types. He said, knowing that Mamoswine exists, and Weavile. This is definitely a got him GG's moment. This one will actually outspeed us. And while they might not get the one-hit KO, we gotta rub it in. Pop him with the resist. I wonder why you'd use Ice Shard when you're definitely way, way, way faster. A bit overkill, but it was the only move guaranteed to score a one-hit KO. It is the same for anyone. As long as you're dreaming, the dream will never reveal itself to you. Well, I'm what happens when the dream no longer needs its dreamer. Beaten again? No matter. Team Plasma will get the last laugh. It might be indestructible, but no doubt in my mind, you used a button to seal Kirim in here in the first place. Look what we got. We have a white console and a black console. You gonna block me? Of course, they can literally just stop us from what I assume is the path out of here. Welcome! I was asked by an acquaintance to help with his research. What I desire is to bring out the entirety of Pokemon potential. If I can accomplish that, I don't care what it takes. If it means this strength must be brought out by the interactions between Pokemon and trainers, then so be it. If it means you have to use a merciless approach, like Team Plasma's, and force out all of the Pokemon's power, then so be it. And yes, if the entire world is destroyed as a result, then so be it. That aside, the reason I've been traveling all over Unova and battling many Pokemon trainers is because I was testing the viability of this approach to bringing out the full strength of Pokemon. In that respect, you've done an amazing job. Well now, tell me if you have the answer I desire, or not. If you're ready, come at me. Well, you all knew he was going to be the villain. Or, at least part of the villain team. Luckily, I think that's our last healing item, used at just the right spot we needed. Now, who wins here? We've only fought him like once or twice before, right? It looks like you're ready then. Okay, let us begin. Time for that kick-ass battle theme. It's time for us to Firefox this Internet Explorer. Let's see. You would have actually been able to resist probably both of the moves there. But let's just see what our boy Aaron does. Ah, that would definitely have been an issue. Well, let's make sure we get the KO out here at least. Come on, more! Bring out your Pokemon's power. Well, I think it's a lot more likely he doesn't have a fire resist in reserve. So Flare Blitz will definitely hurt whoever comes out. Ah, never mind. We're actually in very big trouble now. Very big trouble. But since I know this is his ace in the hole, at least I'm pretty sure it would be. Usually they don't have a fully evolved Pokemon unless that's the case. At least not a rarer third evolution like this. This one's gonna hurt. You're still faster than Sploof. That's remarkable. I know, however, you will not be... Wait a minute. How? Oh wait, Sploof was still paralyzed, right? Ah, that checks out. Actually, Bulldoze would have done even more damage. God, I love this battle theme. It's so good. Huh, what a funny little happenstance here. Let's see who's faster after a +1. Have y'all noticed we're losing a lot less after our team finally got all of the kinks worked out? Now our full team here is to bear. Ah, never mind. You have the highest level, so this is probably his ace. Well done, Aaron. You have done a lot of proper stomping today. However, I do want to hear that battle music again. So kindly step back in for me, Hydraughter. Oh, what a read. I wonder if he actually has AI that already knows what you're going to do. The whole predictable gimmick. I mean, I did say he was one of the characters I explicitly designed myself after. Last one should be that Magneton from the beginning. I'm more psyched than I've ever been. I can still go on. Oh, wow. This is a very hard matchup for us to win. Kind of funny, we only have like 1 or 2 winning type matchups versus Magneton here. Both of our attacks are not very effective here, but Electro Ball probably does the most damage. At least now it won't. Here's an idea. Since we attack second, why don't we try Volt Switching? Either way, even if Sif does survive, we get ya boy. Well done. Aaron's definitely the MVP here. So this is what it means to draw forth the power hidden in your Pokemon. So strong! You're a very strong trainer indeed. So let me ask you this. Are you thinking of reaching even higher heights by understanding each other as Pokemon and trainer? Well, of course. I love my friends. I would like to have good conversation with them. I see. To me, that is an ideal answer. To think. That's what you actually believe. You bring out the power of your Pokemon with respect and love. Excuse me for repeating myself, but if it will make Pokemon stronger, I don't care what it takes. If interacting with Pokemon can increase their powers only to a certain point, then their full strength must be brought out using a scientific approach, even one without a conscience. But you have shown me the potential in your approach. To me, whether Team Plasma wins or whether you win will decide how the relationship between people and Pokemon should be. So, where will this be settled? Step on the warp panel on the other side of the room where Kirin is being held. Good luck in your battle. Can I change my answer? Does Colress actually count as a villain? I wouldn't consider him the primary villain of this game, though. He might be an antagonist, but he's not the antagonist. And his antagonistic role isn't front and center for most of the time. What? You beat courteous? Ah, I pretended to be strong, but I don't have any Pokemon. See, that's exactly what we should be able to do. We should be able to threaten them. I'm just a 13-year-old, and I want to use force. Huh. Ah, the man of the hour himself. That blasted Colress. The fool is far too committed to pure science. This is how he repays me for making him the boss of Team Plasma. How dare he put his personal intellectual curiosity before our ultimate mission of conquering Unova. How fortunate for you. Few get to be the sole audience member for one of my, speeches. I'm gonna need a lot of tea for this one. Team Plasma will use its knowledge and technology to take Kyurem's true power to its absolute limit and freeze the Unova region. The terrified people in Pokemon will bow at Team Plasma's... no. At my feet. Kyurem is an empty being. The remnants of a certain Pokemon when it split into Reshiram and Zekrom. My desire is absolute rule of Unova. That's right. Kyurem will be the vessel into which my desires will be poured. Lord Dennis, Kyurem has been transferred. It's finally here. The wonderful era in which I am the absolute ruler of Unova has finally arrived. I'll let you take care of this. Wait, you're one of the Shadow Triad, right? Tell me about the Purloin that was stolen in Aspertia. Very well. This might be it. I stole this Pokemon 5 years ago in Aspertia, so it seems likely that this is the Pokemon that you're talking about. But now it only listens to my commands. Such is the fate of Pokemon that are trapped in Pokeballs. What? Don't mess with me, that's someone else's Pokemon. Ah, I feel sorry for Pokemon. They're ruled by Pokeballs and the whims of their trainers. Lord Dennis spoke of Pokemon liberation 2 years ago simply for his own ambitions. But if his plans had succeeded, many Pokemon would have been saved. This Liepard, well, you knew it as a Purloin. If it had been released, it might have returned to you. Well then. You there. I won't let you interfere with Lord Dennis's plans. This should be easy. Actually, I'll see if we can get a setup here. And we're left at square one. All right. Is this really a problem? Let's see. Aaron, would you be a dear? Absolutely going to lose this matchup. You're a monkey, not a deer. I never get tired of the relentless puns. They're incredibly powerful, and so many times, I actually don't see them coming. Brilliant. You get extra credit, but I really have no idea what to do with that yet. I gotta do something that works with a lot of y'all, since it's mostly the regulars here, with tens of thousands of channel points. You're not done yet. Ah, we're doing a marathon, are we? Well, I know who can sweep an entire team that doesn't have steel types. We swore to be loyal to Lord Dennis since he saved us. Go be a ninja. Right, Poniard's a steel type, of course. Still, I know Poniard has very low defense, so we can see what we do here. Ah, 'tis barely enough. I love little stabby grabbers too, it's pretty funny. You know who does beat steel types? It's not gonna matter. In fact, it might even be beneficial since we're fishing for revenge in this matchup. And we just don't care about the speed table when we use Aqua Jet. They're a ghost. That's a ghost. You beat steel types, but that's not who came out. I do want to save the big self-destructive powerhouse Aaron for some of the matchups that would need it, given the fact that usually you're losing HP when you're winning. Also, I want to give Hydrotter some representation. Aaron, you've been sweeping every other battle we've been in so far. It doesn't bother us a bit if we have to use another Pokemon when one's defeated. You are indeed the one who knocks. The only thing we want is the world Lord Dennis desires. Let's see, we can expect Poniard and, well, you know what? Let's do exactly that, Aaron. I was also not wanting to, waste superpowers, especially considering we run out so quickly, and you get stat drops when that happens. How symbolic, you're all only pawns in Dennis's scheme. Another one. Yeah, you see, we're running out of superpowers. And I have a feeling we might want those. Huh, not a bad idea, but not a good one either. After all, you ensured your own demise, in case he was holding a focus sash or something. Which Excelgor usually does. Even if I lose, Lord Dennis simply has to win. No matter. The only thing you can do is watch Lord Dennis use Kyurem to freeze Unova Solid. That's all. You. I'll return this Pokemon to you. Considering what Lord Dennis is about to do, I have no further need of it. Hey, Xander. If we let Team Plasma do whatever they want, there'll be more sad Pokemon like Purloin and Kyurem. Indeed. Real quick. I understand this is an urgent situation, but we will be right back after just a few minutes. And here we go. I imagine this is going to be the big battle we've been waiting for. We'll probably get healing right when we need it, especially since we're this deep in. Oh, wait, they've already run off? Do we not follow up on them? Gen 5 really has the best music, hands down. Ooh, we can use that. Huh. I guess there's no Pokemon in here. The Giant Chasm. This is the spot where Kyurem's power resonates. Here, Kyurem can use the full extent of its power and easily cover all of Unova in ice. Kyurem, come. I have a memory that has continued to haunt me. Just one. That unpleasant look in your eyes reminds me of it. That aside, this is my gift to you to show my respect for making it this far. I'll freeze you solid right here so you can watch my glorious ascent. Kyurem, glaciate. Like we couldn't just immediately send Aaron out. Zekrom, Fusion Bolt! Oh, the plot thickens. So you came. The freak without a human heart. In. It's ya boy. Ya other boy. Zekrom told me Kyurem is suffering. I can't allow selfish humans to make Pokemon suffer. And I like Unova. It's the place that taught me how to live as a human. It's the place that made me notice the harmony between Pokemon and humans living together. I will protect the Pokemon and humans who live here. Excellent. That was a moving expression of your determination. So the education I provided to make you king wasn't a complete waste then. But I still haven't forgotten that even though I was kind enough to find you when you were living in the forest with Pokemon, and take you in, and care for you, in the end you were selfish and disrupted my plans. I was supposed to use your abilities to rule Unova. But I'll forgive you for that as well. Zekrom, which you were kind enough to bring with you, can shatter ice. Now you've saved me the work of searching for it. Well, actually, I knew you'd appear if we fired ice missiles into Opelucid City and you noticed the change. That's an ugly formula. It won't work. Oh, but it will. If I use these, the DNA splicers. You've done exactly as I predicted and brought your fetching companion to me. Ah, we only get it on the smaller screen. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hook him up like a USB drive. Zekrom! Kyurem. Absorb Zekrom. Use Absolution? Also sounds like a Pokemon name. Then again, most of them are portmanteaus anyway. Oh! Little pipes, like the little, or no, the little tubes. Like the weird little pluggy USB wings he had. Interesting part of his design. I never would have believed that Pokemon could fuse together. That there was a formula like this. You fool. Last time I was going to use you to capture people's hearts and minds to rule them. But this time, I'm simply going to use overwhelming power and rule with an iron fist. Do you understand? If you had simply become king, Unova would have remained beautiful. Come now, trainer. This time, no one will save you. But to make things interesting, I'll give you a chance. Let's see if you can stop this, Kyurem. What's this? Your Pokeballs are trembling. Could your Pokemon be shaking with rage? No, that's not possible. Simple tools don't have emotion or thought. Come, challenge, Kyurem. Just so you know, catching it is impossible. My cane emits signals that disrupt the function of all Pokeballs. Ah, we are not going to get the healing we want. Meanwhile, Magnemite's fuse in the Magnezone. That would be the same species. So, that's kind of a lot more believable of a precedent. Actually, can I change my answer again? I think Dennis actually having more of a role this time around. He's way more competent of a villain. It's faint, but I can hear my friend. I can hear Zekrom's voice. It says they can be separated again. I beg you, please save my friend, and all of Unova's Pokemon and humans. Here we go. And here comes that 170 base physical attack. Sploof, you're doing awfully well for yourself to start with. Wall of stats, indeed. You know, I was setting that up just so that we'd have a Leech Seed and possibly a Paralyze, but Sploof might be able to solo this. Especially if Kyurem doesn't have an Ice-type move. This might just work. To think, a legendary Cotton Ball done in... Or, well, a legendary, I guess I might as well continue a bit then. A legendary dragon taken down by a legendary Cotton Ball. Ah, here comes the paralysis. Yeah, as expected. Hold out as long as you can, Sploof. Really, Dennis? This is your legendary? Ah, staring contest. I love it. Of course, any turn that we stall out is a win. But was it that easy? What's on your mind, Aaron? Kyurem and Zekrom were separated because we didn't have the budget to do another cutscene like that. Again. I can't believe it. The Black Kyurem I went to all the trouble of preparing. How irritating. Now I have to go recapture Kyurem, don't I? But first, I'll take down this disgusting trainer with my own hand. This time I will succeed. No matter what they try, no one will be able to stop me. Just a puffball that went for full murder mode, indeed. It's your boy Dennis. Oh man, is he angry. Fairy type might not be a thing yet, but Sploof will strike them down anyway. I was expecting exactly that kind of move. Huh, leftovers? Interesting. So we've got a stall set up Pokemon out first. Well, we don't have anyone that would... We don't have anyone that would shrug off Toxic so easily. Except maybe, maybe Usagi. As weird of an idea as it is. You know what? Let's just keep up the stall, shall we? We can rest off any Toxic that comes out, and also just stall them out for every turn. Though we can't hit them with Double Edge, can we? How far are we from Gen 5 remakes? You forgot which Gen remakes are at. We just 1 year ago, less than 1 year even, got the Diamond and Pearl remakes, which I suppose does guarantee that we're gonna get Black and White. So, we're no longer on a 10-year cycle. Let's see, that was 14 years. So we can probably expect the Gen 5 remakes in 2025 or 26, going off of the schedule. Or maybe in 2023 or 24, assuming they want to put one out as many generations as they possibly can, which is very likely. Or is disappointing in that it was basically a remaster with some added features. And that's why I'm a bit less optimistic. We can stall this out for a very, very long time. Wow. I don't want to use Kayla yet, because I can't remember if he has any steel types. Wait, I know who wins this matchup. Sorry, Usagi. We're going to have to rely on... Yep, stalling him out just like that. So, the reason I've been calling him Dennis so far is his theme song is supposed to be chanting... I don't even know how his name's pronounced. I think it's like... Gessis. How to pronounce? Gessis. It's all just comments on game packs. Yeah, Getsis is how his name is pronounced. But the meme in the community is that the theme song chants Dennis over and over again. And that's why I kept calling him Dennis throughout our entire story. Oh, what timing? Leviathan is also right. Would y'all like to play a nice match of tennis? Yeah, just leave that one off. Now, let's hope that we can get another stalled turn out of paralysis. Ah, competitive stall matches. Let me guess, Toxic's coming out. Oh, he's going straight for the attack. Curious indeed. Not sure how much you needed that, though. Luckily, Tophagrigus, like most other ghost types, has very little HP, so we won't suffer too much from doing this. You remembered it as Gexis, like Gex the gecko thing. Interesting idea. That's also why I didn't want to use Haxorus, because that would have gotten rid of Moldbreaker, which we probably need very, very soon. I will accept your sacrifice, Aaron. We need the damage. And here we go. Show me your strongest attack. Yep, it was gonna be Earthquake. Oh, is that all? And that's Claw. Now, unless he has a Steel type. Oh, that's cute. Can we get a round of applause for Kayla here? Now, have a nice polite introduction to why, well, yet another one to add to the list of reasons why Haxorus is my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. Isn't that right, Sam? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We were, well, just at the big fight. Drapion might survive. Drapion, yeah, has a lot of defense. Ah, we could have set up another turn. That would have been perfect. Actually, Drapion's probably the only Pokemon that could survive a Dragon Claw, since I'm pretty sure we'll just sweep the rest of his team now. I am not battling a viewer, we're actually at the big fight versus Dennis himself. This would have been an excellent time for Earthquake if we had it. Unfortunately, ah, so close. If only we use that Kayla! Kayla's too strong. You're unstoppable. Whatever. My plans for complete and total world domination foiled again. You're speaking way too quickly for me to respond. Yeah, fork over your wallet. How can this be? I'm the creator of Team Plasma. I'm perfect. I'm the absolute ruler who will change the world. And I've lost to some unknown trainer not once, but twice? Hopefully that's not too loud for the mic. I can't accept this. This isn't possible. I can't be bested by fools who can't even use Pokemon correctly. It's hard to call you this, but... Father, please understand. Pokemon are not tools. Pokemon and humans take each other to greater heights. They are wonderful partners. Some humans understand this. Why can't you? Shut your mouth, you mediocre clarinet player. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Don't talk like a person, you freak. No real person could talk to Pokemon. Lord Dennis has lost control. We'll take it from here. Okay. Without Father, Team Plasma is... farewell. On behalf of everyone, thank you. Kyurem is fine. Now, it has lost its power, but it will come here again. Zekrom says thank you as well. That's right. I can talk with Pokemon. On that day, 2 years ago, a certain trainer and elder taught me something. By accepting different ideas, this world creates a chemical reaction. So I met many different Pokemon and people and heard so much. And that's how my world quietly grew bigger. By being with Pokemon, humans can continue towards new horizons. By being with humans, Pokemon can exhibit their true power. That's what Zekrom taught me. The ideal for Pokemon and me. And someday, both ideals and truth will come together. Then Pokemon and humans will be free from the oppression of Pokeballs. You. What are you and your Pokemon striving for? You should head to the Pokemon League and put your ideals to the test. Say it with me. And he's gone. Team Plasma's ship flew away. Is it over? I see. So it's finally over. More importantly, you rescued Kyurem from Team Plasma, right? You're really something. I'm gonna make sure Purloin gets back to my sister. Still can't take it out of the Pokeball yet, though. What are you gonna do? He said go to the Pokemon League. That's a good idea. I mean, now you're the strongest in Unova, right? Go prove it! Do you remember where we first met up in the giant chasm? If you follow the path from there, it goes out onto Route 23. Victory Road and the Pokemon League are just past there. He left behind his little whacking stick. Remember, kids, if you're getting mugged, have your pets attack them, then mug them back. Dennis, aka Getsis Harmonia Gropius. Well, I can understand why he became a villain. It's definitely in the name. How you doing, Sam? I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I've had a wonderful break myself. We're not gonna care. We're past the usual ending time, and once we check out into a Pokemon Center, I think we'll be good to go. But first, is there anything down here? A few items. We'll be back for them at a later date. Oh, it's the boys! Oh, you're safe. I'm so glad. As for Team Plasma's ship, a man in a white lab coat appeared. He said that a trainer had given him the answer he'd been seeking. And, as thanks, he would disband Team Plasma. Then he said, "Farewell, walk a just path with Pokemon," and he flew the ship away. So everything has been resolved. We were even able to confirm that Lord N is safe. Gecko's Praxis Weeble Wobble the 18th. You know what would be great? A roguelike with a randomly generated villain name. And every time you die, it gets more ridiculous. They add in more dashes and apostrophes. Till eventually you come to a final boss whose title is 3 paragraphs long. It wouldn't add a word every time, it would just slowly crank up the verbosity meter. Stealing that idea for future use. Actually, if there were ever a time for max repel, it would be now. Oh, right. We were only on that short of a path, weren't we? No, that was the way we got in, I think. You want to summon Cthulhu? Because that sounds like a way to summon Cthulhu. Here it is. That's what I was looking for. Ah, we're still not out of the woods yet. Your Pokemon must be really something if you're here on Route 23. I mean, as part of the joke, we could make the final boss a, Eldritch Abomination of sorts. The only 2-version thing you would be okay with is the Gen 5 remix. Black and White is version 1, Black and White 2 is version 2. That's not gonna happen. Nah, that one does sound like it would be a little different and weird. That's right! This would be the first time that we have a, remake that's based around an instance where they had the, Game of the Year version thing going on. Or the sequels, rather than just Game of the Year. I wonder how they're going to handle that, then. That will be very different. See, please tell me you get Bug Buzz soon. I've been waiting on that. Also, we gotta get you an energy ball. Did we ever actually pick up that TM and I just forgot about it? Doesn't look like it. Most likely poorly. Okay, we did have the conversation earlier about how, I completely dropped trying to do anything with Blizzard. If the Black and White remakes turn out to be horrible, I'm never buying a Pokemon game again. Take something perfect and ruin it. Now this I know you guys can agree with. The, Ruby and Sapphire remakes were incredible. Those upped the ante and made everything just incredible. That was the remake we needed. You weren't buying any of the remakes anyway. Well, now Electro Ball's gonna do no damage. But so will that discharge. Later, Skrunko, we're almost done. Why, yes, this is a type disadvantage. But we have a strategy up our sleeve. Yeah, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were the first remakes I didn't buy. And I'm perfectly fine skipping out on them. Now this is a matchup we absolutely 110% lose here. Here. You weird little Skrunko. Yeah, get your cuddles in, you little gremlin. Yeah, the power creep with Mega Rayquaza was insane. Lay down, Scrunkly. Okay, look. I know there's a stereotype about how cats are not nearly affectionate enough. No, this is a case for exactly the opposite. This cat is too affectionate. How am I getting up there? It looked like he blocked me off right there. Please tell me this is a spot where I can sit down and heal. There we go. Uptown Scrunk you up indeed. Oh, there is a way to advance through here. That little spot. Let's actually avoid the trainers for... well, as best as we can for the moment, because I do want to get immediately to that next Pokemon Center. Why are you such a weird Scrunkly Bunk? Why do you demand so much attention? You're a weird cat. I hope you know that. Oh, that's right. Who's holding the lucky egg at this point? The mirror match. A weird cat is a normal cat. That you are very correct on. Cats are by definition very weird. Well, now he's just chilling. You know what? Later. Later. Go away. He can be a real pain sometimes. Remember, official cat reveal at 10K. Nothing over here except probably a hidden item. I'm just gonna beeline for what I think. Look away. Well, I know you can't approach me from off-screen. Here we go. Oh no, please tell me this isn't another battle. The Pokemon League is just past Victory Road. Pokemon battles do nothing more than hurt Pokemon. That's how I understood it, and that's why I hated battles. But it's not that simple. Pokemon battles decide winners and losers, it's true. Yet they do so much more. Your Pokemon, you, your opponents, and their Pokemon. Everyone can see what wonderful things the others have to contribute. That's right, accepting different ideas, different beings, changes the world like a chemical reaction. Pokemon battles are like a catalyst, a small component that leads to big changes. My friend Zekrom taught me that, and it's the formula I've derived from traveling the world. I want you to think for yourself about what it means. Here, take this with you. The new Victory Road has areas that are only accessible with Waterfall. Yes, if it's your Pokemon and you will get past the Pokemon League and recognize your own ideals. That's what I see in store for you. Basic badge confirmed. Toxic badge confirmed. Insect badge confirmed. Bolt badge confirmed. Quake badge confirmed. Jet badge confirmed. Legend badge confirmed. Wave badge confirmed. Blue and orange, just like the auras that Zekrom and Reshiram have. Is there a Pokemon Center first, or do we immediately get into Victory Road? Ah, here we go. First speedrunner to see that sequence must have been unhappy. There's probably a skip for it. Maybe. I have seen the techniques for speedrunning Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, which involve a lot of clipping through terrain. The most broken game that's come out in years. At least out of AAA titles. Anywho. No more time for formalities. I know it is getting very, very late for a lot of y'all. I've already recited the schedule to y'all, but as another reminder for any late arrivals, we have Hades on Wednesday, Guilty Gear on Friday, and Saturday for another dev stream. I don't think we'll need to take this much farther, and I know a lot of y'all are going to bed, so no raid tonight. Instead, we will gently depart, and I'll see if I can quickly upload a schedule for y'all. Thank you, everyone, for your attendance. Class is dismissed, and I hope you all sleep very, very well.